Hey there guys, welcome back for another Mortal Realms magazine review. This week, taking a look at issue 44 of the Mortal Realms magazine. So, in this issue, we get Lycron the Executioner. So, just a single Nighthaunt character model. So, obviously, painting this guy, check that link in the corner. And you can check out how I'm painting this guy, and I'm pretty much going to do him as dark as this, because he's got these three lighter ghosts. I think this colour scheme looks really cool. You've got the obviously the white of the ghost himself, and then these dark robes. So yeah, check that out, and hopefully you'll enjoy that video. Alright, so this issue we were looking at the Luminous Realm Lords, which we have looked at a little bit before. The Luminous Realm Lords are the elven followers of twin gods Teclis and Tyrion. They hail from Hysh, the realm of light, and live in harmony with the nature spirits of the lands they inhabit. Now, as I remember, these came out sort of mid to late last year, after we had started this, and so obviously they're only being mentioned now. So it's quite interesting to me that if they have included them, did they know and have made this before these were released to the public and before we knew anything about them, or are they writing these, say, 6 months in advance? In which case, at the time that these were released, they then decided to feature them in here, because obviously they would have to be careful with releasing issues and models so that we don't see things like this, which would at the time be spoilers. But it makes me wonder if with the rumoured or very likely upcoming Imperium 40k Partworks magazine, so Conquest 2, we may be getting looks at new models towards the later part of that, which obviously will have them been released, but that would be nice. So anyway, let's take a continued look. So Tyrion and Teclis, and no, this isn't the Game of Thrones Tyrion, although I think he would be pretty cool to have in a Warhammer army. Yeah, take no bullshit from him. So we got Elementals are the realm spirits of Hysh. Be they mountain, river or light, the Luminous look to them for guidance on their path to enlightenment. These spirits often rise and march to war alongside their elven devotees. Seriously, how these guys can fight with this on their head, that has got to make some imbalance. I mean, that would give you a neck ache trying to hold that, balance that thing on your head. Not to mention it looks damn ugly. I think maybe that part would have looked better as part of the helmet rather than having these great big bull horns. But then again, I suppose if you lose your weapon, you can charge at somebody. You know, might do a bit of damage. Get maybe a guy on each horn. Who knows? Then we got Forces of Destruction Part 2. So this one is looking at Grots, Squigs and Troggoths. So the Forces of Destruction seek only to slaughter and conquer their foes. They are driven by little more than a primal desire for violence. Their lack of any grand strategy makes them unpredictable and dangerous, for at any moment they may unite in their thousands and fall upon their enemies. So we got obviously a little bit on Grots. Now, are Grots the original goblins, and that they are now called Grots? It looks like it, Moonclan Grots. See, it's changed so much for me. I'm an old fantasy player rather than Mortal Realms, and you know, these were goblins and you had orcs, and now it's Oryx and Grots. it's just a name, so never mind. Then we've got Gargants, which were giants. Ogre Gutbusters, which were ogres. And Beast Claw Raiders, which I had no idea. But looking at that, ogre clowns, so ogres. Then we got some more death. I do like the way that these are done. Sort of like notes and scribblings of somebody doing research. So we got the Carrion Quartz from the Flesh Eater Quartz, and obviously these were featured in Premium Kit 1. Which gave us the Abhorrence and the Mordants. Then we have how to build Lycoron the Executioner. Now it says here alternative build options, but I can't see that he would have any, but we'll find out. And that hourglass looks extremely weak, so be careful with cutting that, as well as obviously the arms and you know, bits like this. You don't want to be snapping that arm. And chains, ugh, I hate. The weakest link in a chain is always the weakest link, so there's always the part that breaks. So what is his alternate part? Oh, okay, so he can have a hand or an hourglass. Well, clearly the hourglass is the better looking option. We don't want him pointing at something, so that's what I'll be going with. Right, then we have how to paint him. The nice quick way: Corax White, Nylok Oxide, Dry Brush Corax White, and he is done. And then the gravestone, and do they do some basing? Yeah, some dryad bark and stuff. Shading, getting that shading in the blue. Right, so how to paint metallic highlights. There you go. So last issue I said that we're running out of painting things, guides. Obviously we'll get the ones for the characters for them issues, but it seems they are going into a little bit more detail on how to do other little touches. So obviously metallic paint using Stormhost Silver, so they're still going with nice little details to get your models even better looking. Right, then we have a scenery War Squirrel. So our first War Squirrel for terrain. Nice. So this one obviously for the Azerite Ruins. So description: an Azerite Ruin is a single terrain feature that consists of one or more Azerite Ruin models. These must be set up in a single group with all models within 1 inch of at least one other model from the group. So obviously between this section here there's an inch. If you were to have another building you would have to have an inch. I think that's a little bit wrong. I think they should have maybe gone with 2 inches. That seems like your pieces would be a little bit too close, but that's something that you would usually discuss with your opponent at the beginning of the game, just before it starts. Obviously you would say this is all one terrain. Even if you had one piece here and one piece here, you would say it's all one piece, and then obviously that way you know what you guys are doing. So we're showing Azerite Ruin 1, Azerite Ruin 2. So yeah, the 1 inch, I think 2 inches would have been better, but that's fine. And then the Azerite Bell Tower obviously counts as one piece in itself. Then we got the battle to play through, securing the Ark. The Storm Vault, known as the Ark, was once a vast repository of forbidden knowledge, deadly magics and more. The Necroquake sundered the protective magic that sealed the vault. Though many of the Ark's treasures have been plundered or destroyed, what remains must be secured. And so for this battle, not such big armies on this. It is on a single play map with 3 objectives, and this actually shows loose scattered terrain, no large terrain, which is, oh, other than the bell tower it looks like we've got there. But that is a little strange. It's not even the bell tower, I don't think, that they're showing this map rather than one that we can use some terrain, considering they've just given us the War Squirrel for terrain. Anyway, for the Night Haunts we'll need Lord Executioner, 15 Chain Rasps, 5 Glaive Wraith Stalkers and 3 Spirit Hosts. And for the Stormcast Eternals we'll need a Lord Exorcist, 5 Sequitors, 3 Castigators and 3 Gryph-hounds. And this is a search and retrieve mission. So the Stormcast Eternals must secure what remains of the Ark's contents before the Night Haunt abscond with any potentially dangerous magical treasures. So obviously that would be the 3 objectives. Okay, so taking a look at the next upcoming issues. Next issue, issue 45, just a couple of paints, Wild Rider Red and Wazdaka Red. And then issue 46, we get this cool little piece of terrain, the stone statue head. I'm still debating what to do with this, so while we are 2 issues ahead, let me know down in the comments what you would like to see this done as. The options are marble, stone or bronze, with like obviously the Nihilok oxide oxidation and stuff on it. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you would like to see, and when it comes to this issue I'll see what is most popular and get that painted up ready. So thanks a lot for joining me again, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscription button. And if you are not a member of my Patreon and would like to support the channel, I am trying to build it up. I have a section on there where you can just join the Patreon for the lowest fee on there. I think it's about £3. At the time of making this, obviously I'm still setting it up, so check it out. If you go for the slightly higher plan, I am now doing a monthly character focus painting video. At the time of writing this, it will be going live, and here is a sneak preview of him. It is the Horus Heresy. This is Abaddon from the Loken and Abaddon character piece. All the models will be from the Horus Heresy to start with until I've got all those done, mainly focusing on the Primarchs and some of my favourite characters from the novels. So if you are a subscriber to or if you are a Patreon on the higher tier for that, not only do you get access to those videos, which will be coming to YouTube a month later, so obviously you don't have to support the channel by subscribing to that. You can just wait the month and watch the videos here, or an edited version of the videos. But over on Patreon, if you are the higher tier, you get those videos, and you will also be able to vote on the following month's model that will be painted up for the following month, obviously. So thanks for your support, and until next time, guys, take it easy, keep painting those minis.